Skirmishes on the beat. Skirmishes on the beat.
30 hertz straight up.
Hello on another wonderful Wednesday. Okay, we are talking about lupus and business today. We have Miss Jasmine here. Thank you so much for joining us. We will be talking about empowering entrepreneurs with lupus by sharing inspirational stories, struggles, and overcoming challenges. Excuse me, my Invisaligns be just messing up my whole little thing. But yes, thank you again for joining us. If you are on, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. All right. So we have the wonderful Jasmine in the building today. Thank you so much for joining us. She is a serial entrepreneur. She loves literacy. She's a single mom, and her platform is built around single mothers. She has a whole movement going on with single mothers. She's a newly author. I am dying for one of these planners and everything, but I gotta go to the website. But Lupus Has No Face podcast still get the exclusive because this is her first podcast show, you guys. Welcome her. Thank you. So without further ado, what do you guys have going on? What do you have going on? How can they find you?
Listen, so Moments with Jazz. So I'm Jasmine. Moments with Jazz is our thing. We are a inspirational blog for the Christian single mom. Is pretty much what we are. So we have some devotionals on there, and journals and planners are really what we are doing our thing on. I love writing. So in my space, in my time, when I'm sharing with the Lord or whatever, that's what I do. I write. And so creating journals for people to be able to have those things that they can write and different things is what we do. Being a single mommy is big for me, especially as a career woman, supporting other single moms. And whether you're a career woman or not is like, listen, we in this together, we God
need
got
that.
us, and our daddy got us and our babies. So
we need that, and that is so dope. Is that one of the journals over there that you have? Can you put that up? Let them know where to get it from, where to purchase it at.
So one of the most recent journals is Questions for God.
We all have those.
Ooh. So it's a journal for all the questions and thoughts for the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. This journal was written when I was going through a time, honey. When I say a time, I had all the questions like, listen, Lord, I'm going to need you to come sit down on the side of the bed, talk to me right now, because me and you got to talk about some stuff. And so I remember an older lady once told me, well, you should never question God. And I'm like, conversation with God ain't questioning God. It's having a conversation. It's asking him questions and he gives you answers. And so that's what this journal is for. So it's writing those questions to God and waiting for him to give you those answers.
That is really deep because I'm sure we all have questions. We all doubted him. We all needed to tap into our faith. Yep. So for you to do this, it's wonderful. A lot of people need this.
I got you, boo.
Thank you, because I'm waiting for mine.
Listen, so look, the questions for God, you definitely have this copy here today.
What?
But everybody online can get the
I got the exclusive, you guys. always.
But if they go on momentswithjazz.com, they can definitely get a copy there. And we have some other journals there. And we even have like a prayer book for single moms. So we have a lot of stuff going on.
That is so dope. Tone, can you please drop the website where they can get this lovely journal for her? What is that other one that you got going on over there?
So this is one of our planners that is being released later this year.
I
It's
love
Go
planners.
With the Flow. And this one is geared faithfully living, optimistically working, and is geared towards the working mom who is taking care of the house, the kids, everything. So everything that you can think of that your mind flows with throughout the day, this is the planner for that.
Because things change, right?
Yep.
So we got to pivot.
You got to pivot. So it's like, even though it's a planner and it's something that you think you're planning, you still got to go with the flow. And so
I love
I
it.
had a sister give me that one day because we were talking on the phone, and she was just like, I was just like, it's just so much I got to do, and I got to do this, and I got to do that, and this. And she said, sis, sometimes you got to just be like the water. You just got to go with the flow. And I was like, I received that. And so ever since then, I was like, that's it. We got to go with the flow.
That is dope. And it's one of my favorite colors, purple.
Yes, mine too.
Yes. On all your business things that you have going on.
Yes. We are
So let's jump into it, child. Oh, before I start with these questions now, you know I come with questions.
Yes.
You said the first journal was because you had all these questions. You was in such a space that you wanted answers to from God as to why you started the first one.
Mm-hmm.
What is the story around the second one?
The Go With the Flow?
The Go With the Flow.
So being a single mother, so I'm a businesswoman.
Yes.
I am an educator, and I do, and I was titled an associate, right? And so basically, I do business contracts, procurement, and all of that stuff for.
What do some of that mean for the people that do not know what that means?
Listen, I play with a lot of people money. Okay. So I work with. I do requests for proposals for a larger school district for a certain program. And then I would also do what was called procurement, where we would actually secure different proposals. We would do contracts for those proposals and basically say, this is the amount of money for the amount of work you'll be doing. We would have systems and accountability in place for those people. So we would have tracking systems in place for the amount of money. So we were working with multi-million-dollar budgets, but dealing with a lot of those systems and project management is a lot of what that part was. And so it's like on this front, I'm doing contracts and businesses and projects. On this side, I'm an entrepreneur, and I have, Jazzy Designs and Moments with Jazz because I love writing, but I love also decorating and I love web stuff. But then I'm also a mommy first, right?
Yes.
And so my first ministry is my baby. And so I have to make sure she makes it to practices, and she's making it to school events, and she's making it to dentist appointments and doctor's appointments. And so it's like, okay, and then I still have family. And during one of those tough times, and I even shared this with you once, my dad was sick.
Yes.
And so, okay, I got to be at the hospital. I got to go sign paperwork. I got to do X, Y, and Z. So this planner came into place because I, at one point, had like 4 notebooks where I was like, I got to have this here. I have to have this here. I have to have this here. And I was just like, no, everything needs to be in one spot because I need to be able to keep up with what is she eating? What meals am I prepping this week? What do I need to do? What steps do I need to take this week? So the Go With the Flow was really to help me just breathe. Mm-hmm. I sit at the beginning of the week, outline what I need to get done, what things are major on my to-do list. What things, if I don't finish it, will it be all right to just fall off later? Some things can be let go of, some things, So what were my priorities and stuff? So it was literally taking all of those different notebooks and planners and journals and tasks and put them into one place. And that's how we came up with this planner.
So do that help you with your day-to-day? Like, is there a difference from going with the flow to before you was not going with the flow?
I was going with a flow. I don't know if it was the flow, but I was going with a flow. And it was going, but I think now, I think I have a better system in place where it's like, okay, this is what I can do. This is what I got done. This can wait till later.
Okay. I love that. As being a single mom, we do take everything on our shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
And then where do you find, I have not heard you say one time, where do you find the love for self-care? I have not heard you say that. Do you get the chance to pamper yourself?
I have to make time to pamper myself, okay? And who child, it'd be a struggle bus to pamper myself. Um, so I don't know. I be struggling to
You be
pamper
str-
myself. I'm taking a trip this week though. So
Where are you going?
I'm going to Jamaica.
Ooh,
So I'm taking a girls trip to Jamaica.
that's gonna be fun. Let your hair down. Let the drinks flow.
Look, I'm sorry.
Nope, she's
Look,
being a mom now.
I'm being a
It is-
mom right now.
it is
Look, my
okay.
baby is in here. Yes.
Hey.
Yes, baby. Not now. Thank you. Later.
Mommy duties
Later.
never stop.
Okay. Tell her I'll get it later. Thank you.
She like, yeah, okay.
My baby with me everywhere. Single moms. Hey.
We would love to do that. Like, it would be more sufficient if the
Mhm.
world could understand, like, if we had like some type of daycares or children's
Mhm.
systems downstairs while we working in the building, that would cut down a lot of calling in, sickness, and all of that other stuff. But I have not yet to see, besides the movies, that we take care of our children while the employees take care of us.
Listen, I always say like a lot of businesses would do a lot better if they implemented child care systems at their facilities.
Or remote.
Or even gave moms the option for remote or, balance, but we live in a society that has not adjusted to what is it? Over 60% of women are single parent. I mean, 60% of the country is single moms.
I don't think they have not adjusted to it. I think it has a lot to do with controlling. It's some people that do not like to be at home
Mhm.
that has to and get off on micromanaging people. And they know when you are at home, they don't know what you're doing. As long as the work get done.
That's my philosophy.
And the statistics show that a lot of work does get done remotely versus being in-house. Because when you are in-house, you can get up how many times for coffee? You can be in the bathroom for however long.
You can go and sit and talk to somebody down the hallway for 30 minutes.
30 minutes. But when you are at home,
I know I got to get this done.
You know you got to get it done.
I know y'all watching what I'm doing. So let me go ahead and knock this out.
Yeah, people need to get on it. People need to get on it.
It's going to be all right, though. Some going to shake. I believe one day something going to shake for the moms.
It will. So, Miss Jazz.
Yes.
How has having a customer with someone living with lupus shake the dynamics and decision making in your business or doing business with them?
So, I don't know if I shared this with everybody before, but Lupus Has No Face was actually one of my first lupus customers. So one of the things for me is I actually got to learn a lot about lupus working with Lupus Has No Face. So one of my businesses, I do website development. And so I was able to create the website for Lupus Has No Face. But in that, I had to do a lot of research for different pieces, right? And then me and Savannah had a bunch of phone calls about just different pieces and stuff. And I'm just like, okay. But how has that influenced my choices? It has made me realize like there are a lot of things that someone with lupus deals with. And so being understanding of the person that I'm working with. And one of the things as an educator we learn is just, that cultural competence and that relational stuff, right? Working with parents and working with students. And so in the business aspect side, I always try to take that with me. But one of the things that I think working with the Lupus Has No Face side is it showed me a different side of making sure to have compassion, have understanding. Because you can have understanding and compassion for education. You can have understanding and compassion for status or social status or economic situations. But when you're thinking about health in those situations of a person actually dealing with something in their body and then still progressing in life and wanting to be the best that they can be and wanting to be an advocate for someone else, it brings a different level of compassion of how you're working with that group and that organization. So.
That is pretty dope. So when Lupus Has No Face was the first customer you had and you had to do all this research, where was your thoughts? Like, did you want to take it on? Did you have overwhelming emotions? Like, what were your thoughts about this particular customer?
So I've known people with lupus before. And and I think people kind of just like, oh, I have lupus. And it's just like, oh, okay. So, what's lupus? And so they kind of give the general short narrative. But working with, listen, we had a time, honey. Listen, can I be honest? We had a time, honey. We had a time trying to get some pieces together. I was like, okay, hey, beautiful. Hey, gorgeous. Hey, love. So one of the things I know, just working with you, it was a lot of like just consistent conversations like, hey, beautiful, can we get together? Can we chop it up today? Can we talk about something today? But just having that piece of, understanding like, okay, we're going to get it done. It's going to get done. And then you never know what someone else is dealing with while you're going through the process, right? And so you have to be mindful of and even with whether it's lupus, whether it's, another health ailment, you never know what another person is dealing with while still trying to serve their purpose. And so you have to be very conscious of how does God want to use you in that purpose that they're serving to.
I always say you should be kind to people, especially strangers, because you never know what they're going through.
Never know.
And your words can send them over the edge.
You can either send somebody over or bring them back to life.
Bring them back to life, yeah.
Yeah. And so one of the things for me that I always try to do is just say, so how you doing? Okay, we're going to pray about that. So that, so for me, it was, just giving that understanding of, okay, so what's going on? Like, and just trying to understand before having a thought.
Yes, and I have talked. And it's funny because I feed off energy and I gotta know. And I knew it was times that you was getting frustrated with me. I knew it. But it was like, you don't want to adjust the elephant in the room, right? And that's why they say too much.
I loved her.
Do with the bad. And so when you used to say like how you doing all that, you have always put me at peace. Like when I used to get on the phone with you, it was always like a session personally, and then it was going to business. And I was like, oh my God, I needed this. She don't even know she just put me back on track for the next couple of days. So I appreciate that. I knew I was a headache. I wasn't trying to be. I think that's just my personality because. But we got it done. We got it done. And it's a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous website. When I tell you, I didn't have to redirect you, instruct you, say I didn't like something. You put your all into it. You put your step on that, honey. So you're going to always be my go-to designer, web designer. So I appreciate you. If you guys haven't had the chance to check it out, go to www.lupushasnoface.com. Okay?
Yes.
All right. And so now
that's us. That's Jazzy Design.
That's right, baby. She don't put her step all over that. She brought that thing to life. Okay. I appreciate you for that. What are some of the challenges you've encountered in accommodating your customer needs and ensuring a supportive work experience?
Scheduling and timing was one of our things. It was. You know it was. Like, okay. Are you okay? So here's the disclaimer. So when we're talking, business, right? And I have this sometimes bad. Lord, pray for me, okay? I'm good at it and bad at it at the same time. So I am really good with deadlines, but I'm also that person too where it's like, okay, I'll work right up to the deadline too, right? But it's part of it is too, is like in the business side is like, I always have to meet my deadlines, right? And so when working with customers, it's like, okay, these are the contracts. These are the dates in the contract. In our contract, before we start, we have all our meeting dates set. We have all of our development dates set. Like, that's just working with me because I'm used to the business side of
you were,
right?
and is very professional. I'm like, oh, she done laid this thing. I like that.
So it was so funny because it's like, hey, we have a meeting tomorrow scheduled at da. Will that still work? Oh, I'll be like, okay, Lord. So what time does work for you? She's like, let me see. I got foggy brain. I'm gonna call you back. I'll be like, okay, that's fine. That's cool. Let me know. And you know what? And it's like, I don't know. It's like, you know how sometimes you be like, something is really God ordained. Because like another person, I've been like, all right, per your contract, you owe this amount. You're done now. But it was just like, okay, that's fine. Let me know what works for you.
You were so kind and so patient with me, and I could just hear those words coming out of you. I'm like, I know. See, we still got this. We still got this.
We still got this, and we're gonna make it work, and we're gonna make it do what it needs to do, and we're gonna get through it, and we're gonna get through it together. That's what we're gonna do.
Oh my God. No, I so appreciate you all those restless early morning nights back and forth because, like, okay, I have a disclaimer. A part of me, is used to people doing things and just handling it, right? But you can't handle something that you don't know. You can't handle something that you haven't got the okay with. And that part is it is missing for me. So I have learned this year, that was last year, right? So I've learned with dealing with you that I cannot be doing this. It's not okay. But it was not purposely done. And I did used to feel so bad. But it's like I still want what I want. It was something, but you was so patient. You have not made me feel bad in no type of way. You was very patient throughout the whole thing. And the most importantly, you have showed up and showed out on my website. You did not. Some people that you get on their nerves, they be like, you know what? I'm just putting this together and that's just it. No, it was not like that. You still did what you know how to do.
Listen, one of the things that, I live by is if you can't do it well, don't do it at all, and just spiritually, we're supposed to do everything unto the Lord. So
and you showed up for that.
If God isn't pleased with my best, then I really didn't do my best.
And your best look crazy. You don't even got to read what's on there. You could just look on there and be like, dang. Because she asked me what I wanted to look like. And what did I say? I said I wanted to look like a Fortune 500 company. But I noticed a lot of the Fortune 500 companies, no disrespect, are boring.
She said, but I still want some style. I still want some but I want it to still be professional.
And you delivered that like no other.
Yes. So, question for you then.
Oh, okay.
So, how has living with lupus influenced your business choices and the entrepreneurs that you work with?
Influence. It has besides the nursing part, it has made me want to stay in the nursing field, which why I'm back in school for nurse practitioner, because I want to take that piece of the nurse practitioner because you're able to run your own practice and give that and feed that back into my nonprofit, because a lot of people don't have insurance. And the little things that I can do, whether it's having a day with blood pressure vitals or whatever it is, to give back to the community, I want to do that. I want to do it with all in my scope that I can do. So that part I want to feed back to the community. And then also like this platform, people have literally been watching me and they see the work. So I was presented a platform. This podcast is one of them to get it out in the community. Next year will be 5 years for my 501c3 nonprofit organization. And this came just in time. So I don't know where to clap things at on this thing. I think my buttons got moved around.
She said 5 years. Listen.
But Right. I'm like, I don't know where my stuff is at.
Listen, I'm gonna clap for
There we
it.
go.
5 years.
Thank you. So next year will be 5 years, and
That's
I have my breakthrough the third year.
Okay.
So I had my breakthrough. I start seeing what I have been pouring into it because it get lonely, it get frustrating. Having a nonprofit, you don't just see funds coming in. You got to spend a lot of your funds into your supporters or their investments come through. Yeah. And then even with that being said, you have to have all your paperwork in place. And me being the only person at the time, or having somebody that was a part of my organization from day one being removed from my organization, and I didn't know my business to the capacity that the other person was doing my business of, a lot of stuff has fell through the crack. But thanks to Mikkel D and a lot of others, she made sure that I have my paperwork in place, because that is the most important thing to have in place, right? You can't be asking for these grants and all this other stuff when you don't have no paper trail. Yeah, you can look on my website and see the things that I've done, but we want to see this on paper.
And most organizations want to see it on paper, right?
Yes, and I had a hard time with that.
Yep.
But I'm good at it now. But I hope I answered your question. It just gives me more of a heart, more of a desire, more of a priority, consistently and persistently to give back to the community, because I get messages all times of the day, just like that's very overwhelming for me, just being one person. But I take that with greatness, and I always ask God, when he send me these people or this platform, give me the honest people behind me that'll be able to help me continue this nonprofit organization, because it has helped a lot of people.
Send the laborers, Lord, send the laborers.
It has helped a lot of people. Somebody just reached out to me today, and they said that they were dealing with it silently. And I'm like, you don't have to deal with it silently. So many people out here. Like, I can help you. We can help each other. What do you need from me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I had enlightened her, and she's in the hospital. She's been in the hospital for 16 days. And she says she's doing better now. But just speaking to her, just normally speaking to her, I'm speaking to her, it helped her. And I'm so happy, whatever my voice sounds like, because I was told right before I came here that your voice just does something. And I'm like, I want to know what that means. Because I said that to you. I said it to a couple other people. Like, y'all voice just do something to me. And I'm like, I want to know what that sounds like. You know what I'm saying? So
sometimes it's just peace. Peace sounds different for everybody.
Yeah. And so I was grateful for that. And I'm just like, thank you. Like, because it's coming from him. And I'm just doing the work. And I love what I'm doing. So I appreciate it. I appreciate what I'm doing.
Listen, she better come on here. Come on here. 5 years with the nonprofit. Look,
next year will be 5 years, and we're going to have a bang. You definitely going to be a part of it. I have my people already in place that I want to be a part of this thing. So put it on y'all calendars. Next year, it's 5 years.
It's on there. We out here.
We're going to be going crazy.
Come on. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. It took a team, though.
Yes.
You was a part of my team. Summers was a part of my team. The panel was a part of my team. Past relationships was a part of my team. It's going to take a team to continue to grow. And I'm definitely not one of those people that say, oh, I did this by myself. No, I did not at all.
None of us can. None of us can. Right?
We can't.
And if we ever say we did it by ourselves, it's like, baby, that's pride. That's something else. Because we cannot ever do anything.
You need to work on yourself
by ourselves. Hello.
So I appreciate you for being a part of my journey. Appreciate you, love.
Listen here, girl. I'm here for it.
Okay.
Look, if y'all see me making side eyes, just know I'm looking at my child.
She's being mom, and it's
I'm
okay.
Being a whole mama. Okay.
You gotta work and be a mom, so I'm okay with that. So, have there been any valuable lessons or insight you gained from working closely with someone managing a chronic illness like lupus?
Yes. One of the things that I would say, valuable lessons, and I think this is a lesson that I just learned in life in general too recently.
Never too old to learn.
Come on. Our timing is never our time, and God's timing is everything. And I think that's in any type of anything. And so it's like when you're thinking business, when you're thinking working with someone with a critical condition or a health condition, God's timing, right? Because we don't know his plan. We don't know God's purpose or his reasoning or any of that. But
say that again.
And I know I'm getting off the business topic here.
That's
but
okay.
It's like the valuable lesson is, one, we don't control time. We don't. We have no say-so in the amount of time we have in each day. We don't control that. We have no say-so in the amount of time that we're here on this earth. We don't control that. So in working with people, we don't get to control time, nor do they get to control time. All we can do is put our expectation of time out there, right? But being mindful too that we don't know what time really is when it comes to a person's illness or condition, or how long have they been in it, or how long will they be in it? When will God heal? Because we know he can do it, right?
Baby.
So the lesson that I'm learning is timing. It's everything, but it's nothing that we control.
So with that being said, right, and it's a little bit off the topic, but it's okay because we are authentic. We are authentic over here on this show, okay? So you said expectations, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can that also be, because I'm a person that has expectations of people.
Yeah.
But then some people say that you should not have expectations of people. And in my brain, I don't understand it for the life of me. And I'm a balance, so I get it, but I understand it, right? So does that go for that too? Because, an example, if I'm treating you how I want to be treated, which is good.
Yeah.
And you're never giving me no good back, whether that's financially, time, mentally, anything. You're never pouring back into me. And I start complaining or I just go MIA. Should I have never expected anything from you because I done poured all this into you and I invested into you? Is that okay to say that?
So
from your opinion?
One of the things that my mother taught me a long time ago, and this was, I use it in all of my relationships now, whether it's a friendship relationship, a mutual relationship, a business relationship. But I learned this actually after a breakup. And I told my mom one time after a really bad breakup, and I was just like, after all I did? And she said, well, if you didn't do it in love, what did you do it for? And I said, because. She said, were you expecting something back?
Yeah.
Right? But she said,
yes.
But she said, but if you did it in love, what were you expecting back?
See, that's the double sword that I'm battling.
So the thing that I carry with me now is, if I can't do it just out of love and expect nothing in return, don't do it.
Okay, so I have another question. Okay, go ahead.
But now you talk about should people not have expectations for people? Now, I'm an educator too.
Yes, you are.
And so when you think about the classroom, you have to have what I used to tell my students, high expectations. I used to have high expectations for them. But I also knew that even though I have high expectations from you, I know where you are. So I know that even though I want you to reach high, I know where you can reach. And so I have to make it accessible for you to be able to reach where you can, where you're going, right? And so I can't say I want you to read at a 5th grade reading level if you're on a 1st grade reading level. The expectation is, my high expectation for you is that we're going to make goals to be able to read up to another year.
Goals.
Right? Because the expectation is I want you to eventually get to a 5th grade reading level. But right now, I need you to be able to get to a 2nd grade reading level first. I can't expect you to go from 1st to 5th. You have to go from 1st to 2nd to 3rd to 4th before you can get to 5th.
Absolutely.
So
I agree with you on how you put that, right? And that's how I am, right? But different relationships require different things.
Yeah.
So like a friendship, it's like I'm near, because for me, whatever relationship I decide to be in, friendship, kids, whatever, I'm coming in my full capacity.
Yeah.
Because to me, it's very stressful putting you on a spectrum, right?
Yeah.
I can't learn to love you. I can't learn to trust you because I feel like by human default, you're going to always do something that's going to disappoint me and make me mad. So I come in with trusting you. I come in with the full thing for you, right?
Yeah.
Now, the only thing can happen, one or two things. You could disappoint me or the love can grow stronger and finder. But when it doesn't go my way or the way that I thought it can be, or to feed us both, those are when I will have those conversations with you.
And so it sounds to me like you're talking about standards and boundaries.
Yes.
So standards and boundaries aren't. So when we think about expectations, you know, we can't expect people to give us us.
And I learned that in my bad breakup. You can't expect that. You can't expect that.
But you can share with people your standards and your boundaries.
Yes.
And with your sharing your standards and your boundaries aren't for them. They're for you.
Yes, but oftentimes
with the boundary in place, I have this expectation. I have these standards. I have these boundaries. It's up to us to say, this is what I'm willing to accept. This is what I cannot accept, right? And then I'm willing to accept, I can't accept. Standards, boundaries, all of that greatness and all of that in between there. But even then, it's like, I still can't make you. I have to meet you where you are. And in education, that's one of the biggest things. I have to meet you where you are. And so if I know your cup can only be filled up halfway, I can't expect for you to give me more than a half of a cup. Ever. If your capacity is this, I can't ever expect you to give me more than that. I can't. That's me expecting you to give me a full bottle when this is all you have. That's insanity on my behalf. I can only expect from you
accountability. Accountable.
I can only expect from you what you have the capacity to give or do or know. So a lot of people are expecting people to have more than what they have.
And you know, so crazy. I learned all of that within this year from a bad breakup. All of that. Because now I sat through and said, because it's clear to me now. I'm like, how could I have ever expected this person to show up for me when they don't show up for themselves? How can I ever expect for this person to keep their word when they don't keep their word for themselves? How can I ever expect this person not to lie to me when they're not lying to themselves?
They're telling the whole story to themselves. Love be blind.
And it be the hope. So I totally get you when you say that, but now I see clearer.
Yeah.
And now I was a force to be reckoned with then.
Okay.
Now you don't get the chance to play in my face.
Listen.
I don't care, business, friendship, relationship, lust, whatever. You don't get the chance to play in my face now because God wanted me to see it. He wanted me to go through all this. Why? I still don't know.
But you know what? Some relationships are for you to learn those bad things, right?
Girl.
And we have to be okay with knowing, like, God, the word tells us, Lord, we're getting off topic.
We
Lord
are.
Jesus, forgive us, right? I'm all on topic. But you know, the word tells us, you know, we thank God for our afflictions because everything works together for the good of those, right? For his purpose, right? Those bad relationships, those bad moments, guess what they do? They teach you.
Man,
and so
listen.
like you're saying, the next person won't be able to do whoop the boop the bam bam. Yeah, because guess what? Low Jack over there done taught me. Oh, baby, this is what we ain't finna do. Is I'm not gonna never feel like that again.
Ever. And I'm gonna never
so,
put that much energy into somebody that's not putting energy into me. And whatever you show me that I already feel some type of way on the inside, I'm gonna believe that person,
instinct.
not the sorriness that comes behind it.
Trust your gut and your instincts.
And if we did that, a lot of us wouldn't be in the relationships that we are in today.
Ooh, child. But also listen to God, because guess what? He usually tells us beforehand.
He does.
But guess what? Our flesh be like,
He said he's sorry. He cried. He said he won't do this
he
again.
be like, God got me. He be like, and I be like, but you ain't took it away though, right?
You still got this person right here in my face, acting
Like, why
good.
you ain't took him away then if it ain't for me, Jesus? You let him.
You know what the worst part about this is gonna be the last thing. We might end up go back to this, but you know the worst part about it is praying this person off of you, and then you like, God, show me that this person is not for me so I can leave. And then the very next day, this person doing everything that you always wanted them to do. Like what? But the same way you pray to God, the same way the devil hear your prayers too.
Listen,
so
you know what, and that is so true. And so one of the things I was talking to somebody, I said, you know what, I'm getting. Look, Lord, they tell you, you know, speak those things that you want as they will be, whatever, all of that great stuff. What I've been getting really good at though is like some things stay between me and God mentally, and so it's like I know the next time around who to look for by what wasn't spoken, but what only God knows.
that's deep.
Because the things we speak, the enemy has access to, but the things we think, he does not. So
you just taught me something new.
So between me and God knows some things. I'm gonna write some of those things, but God knows some things that me and him only know. And me, God, and the spirit know about the next person. And so the enemy can't even make a replica based on the things I haven't spoken yet.
Child. Oh, we don't have to have another conversation about that another time. So I know we got off topic, you guys.
Look, we're gonna be talking about businesses.
That's a part of our business. No. So how do you navigate communication and collaboration to maintain a successful business customer while prioritizing your customer health and well-being?
So, girl, that was a loaded question. Whew,
You want me to repeat
that
it?
was a lie, wasn't it? I need bullet points. Jesus. Okay.
How do you navigate
Uh-huh.
communication
Uh-huh.
and collaboration
Uh-huh.
to maintain a successful customer while prioritizing your customer's health and well-being?
So, for me, just in general, communication is a really big thing. And sometimes I over communicate.
Jesus. Like, you ain't get it this way. Let me say it this way. Okay.
She ain't lying. And so for me, I rather over communicate than under communicate.
Me too.
And so I'll send a really long text message with, hey, all of this, and some more to say all of these things. I'll send an email. Hey, it's in an email too. Hey, but communication for me is, and especially navigating communication with someone whose health, may be a challenge or whatever, is understanding their communication style, right? Everybody has a different communication style. Some people are writers, some people are hands-on, some people are listeners, some people are auditory. What is your learning style and your has a lot to do with how you communicate. And so being able to talk to a person who has an illness or who has a health issue, or they're, just seeing where they are mentally, where their well-being, where their well-being is mentally, emotionally, that also impacts communication, right? Because if you are not in a good mental space, us having this regular conversation could turn into something that could be triggering. It could turn into something that could be offensive, where it's just me saying, hey, I need this paperwork now. It could become something that can become very misread, right? So being mindful of who are you talking to? What is it that they're dealing with? And checking in, right? At the sign of any kind of possible miscommunication, picking up the phone. Sometimes, we're in a day and age right now where text is easy. where
Yes.
email is easy.
Yes.
You know, let me shoot a quick email, let me shoot a quick text. But we have to go back to, especially with working with people with those other conditions and stuff, we have to go back to the space of sometimes just literally picking up the phone and saying, hey, I sent you a message about a couple hours ago. Hey, I sent you a text yesterday. I sent you an email. I didn't get a response. Is everything okay? Are you good? Did you get what I said? Or, you know, do you understand what I'm saying? You know, and not even saying it in a way that could come off as offensive, but saying it in a way that, hey, I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not confrontational, but hey, did you get what I was saying? Or did you even get the message? You know, I know sometimes we love technology. We love technology.
Yes, we
but
do.
technology is not always our friend.
That is correct.
You know, and sometimes something as simple as, I shot you a text yesterday, you never responded to the text. Now I'm over here frustrated and flustered because we need to schedule this meeting. Do we need more time? Do we not need more time? But I need to also know and realize, okay, is there something else going on? Do we need to have a phone call conversation? I don't want it to be misread. And I just want to make sure that no miscommunication is happening, you know, so.
And you are really dope at that, because all of the things that you said, you definitely did it with me. You definitely did it with me. Like, hey, are we good? Yes, we are.
And I'm really one of those people. I have it horrible where I have it horrible where I'd be like, you good? Like, my friends, they talk about me because I'd be like, you straight? Like, bro, you good, sis? They be like, yeah, what you mean? I'm straight. I just want to make sure you're good. You ain't sound too hot when I talk to you. You straight? And so I am really that person, whether it's just checking on you in health, like, you know, hey, I ain't heard from you. Is everything okay? Are we still working on this project? Hey, beautiful, is everything good with X, Y, and Z? When we going to be able to get together? Just making sure you keeping lines of communication open is one thing. With any business partner, any business situation, that communication piece, making sure that line is always open, making sure that you're always canceling out any type of miscommunication, making sure that you're not even leaving space for any negativity, because at the end of the day, we're working.
Yes, and I would have to say too, like, every time it wouldn't always be something per se that was wrong, but I was just like overly busy, you know, overly busy doing this, overly busy doing that, and they'd be like, oh shoot, dang, we got a meeting, but you knew that and you handled me properly to where none of that got like that. You know what I'm saying? I know it's probably was times it could have been frustrating, I don't know, but you never displayed that. But we always got it done, and I always received what you said in a good positive way, good positive energy. So for me, with that being said, when I find people like you, or when people like you come to me, I keep you. You are like my go-tos. So because I know how you work, you know how I work, and we work with each other. So I never, when I find my people, I stick with them. I don't go outside the circle for nothing unless you just not available somewhere, and I'm going to be searching high and low. But I always keep my people. So I appreciate that.
And you know what? And mine is, you know, with business, and not even just business with Lupus, but just business in general. One of the things that I think is really big is returning customers, right? And just making sure you're keeping the door open for people to always come back to you for a service, right? Whether or not it's something small or little, or even if you have a one-time service type thing, like being able to keep those lines of communication open to even have that camaraderie after the fact. Like, yeah, we worked together, but it was a great experience.
Yes.
You know, and so making sure I'm really big on building relationships. And so that's
you definitely left a stain on my brain. Okay, because I know I can be very complex, but not trying to. That's just who I am. That's just who I am. I'm a very complex person. I am. But it's not purposely done. But because I am that way, like, you read me. You, like I said, you brought everything to light. You brought everything to light more than what I expected. I'm like, dang. Oh,
and
like,
we're gonna pray about it too.
You did that. So again, I appreciate all of that. Let's go to some of these comments on your tone, please. My guest, would you want to read that? Miss J. Reed said, hello, lovely lady.
Hey, beautiful.
We got Miss Summers in the building. Hello, beautiful.
Hey,
Thank you
beautiful.
for tuning in.
Make sure y'all go sign up for the Guys Girls event too.
Yes,
you know she has Guys Girls coming up, and I'm one of the Guys Girls.
I know.
So
I did my research. She was here last week, so we gonna definitely drop that in the link at the end too. Make sure you guys sign up for that, because if you have never been to one of their conference or events, it's everything, baby. It's gonna feed your soul. You're gonna cry. You're gonna do all of that. I was there, and I'm gonna be at this one, so you definitely get your money worth. Okay,
Guys Girls did that thing.
We got Pearl Hall. Hey, lady.
Hey.
And we got Marvin. Yes, amen to that.
Amen, amen. Listen, what we saying amen to? Hey, Marvin, amen.
Marvin. Oh my God. Okay. Great work. Keep him up. Keep him up. Keep it up. You know, it's hard for you to read slang. Thank you, Emmanuel.
He said, keep him up.
Keep him up. Keep him up.
Yeah.
Keep him up. Hey, LaShawn Yasu, I'm here too. Thank you for tuning in, lady. Please don't forget to share, like, subscribe. Okay? We are here talking about lupus and business. So, what advice would you share with others, entrepreneurs who are considering or currently running a business with a customer who has lupus?
Patience.
Patience.
What was that movie? Patience, Young Grasshopper. Patience. Listen, patience. Patience is key for a lot of things, but patience and understanding. And then understanding what your lupus warrior. I learned that for you.
Yes. Thank you. We can applause for that.
Learning what your lupus warrior needs, right? Because everyone deals with something different. And so understanding that particular person's needs, which is just understanding business concepts, right? Working with business, you know, you want to make sure you're catering to your client. So
when you were working for Lupus Has No Face website, what did you think what did you know for my needs to be without me even speaking those after the first or the couple meetings after that?
What were some of the needs that I knew for you? Listen, honestly, working with you, I realized that we were going to have some times, where we was like, okay, we got to reschedule. Okay, reschedule, cool. I think for me, one of the biggest things that I learned is flexibility and being okay, being flexible. Like I said, in the business world, I'm dealing with contracts. So I'm like, boom, 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 boom. No. But it's like when you're working with someone with lupus, when you're working in the entrepreneurial space, having that flexibility to be like, okay, we can bend this a little. We can make this happen. We can shake this. Okay, I can do this for this. We can do this for this. And always finding a workaround, right? Being open to new concepts and ideas. And just being open to learning more as well, too. Like I said, in the very beginning, I learned so much just from working with you and researching lupus. And I know what was that we originally did. So what people don't know is we originally did the website sometime like last year.
Yes.
Then we came back and was like, well, I want to tell my story about this particular thing. And I'm like, okay, cool. Okay, returning customer, cool. We got to make sure we on schedule this time. We gonna make sure we doing this time, right? But one of the things that I even learned in that space was about like the hair loss and I was like, wow. So learning about your journey, but then even learning about other people's journeys and learning about, oh, wait a minute, it's people that's dedicated to doing this. So, being mindful of your client is one thing. Being mindful of their needs is a second thing. but being open to learn is always something that I've always just harbored as an individual. I love learning. I have a love for learning. And so always learning something is what like drives me. Like one of the things that drives me. So when I was able to just learn too from you about what you were dealing with, about what you were going through, it gives me those different skills that I actually take into other conversations as well.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
Yes, at that time, I wasn't ready to tell my story because I was still kind of like, do I want people to know this part of me?
Yeah.
You know, some people knew, but not the world. Like, and it's just like,
That's
well,
brave.
this is your story. How are you helping other people if you're not letting them in your day to day?
Yeah.
Right. So I had got so many inboxes where people that was losing their hair and things of that nature. I'm like, I need to tell my story.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. I'm comfortable with it.
Yeah.
We gonna tell the full story because we gonna let them see that the hair did fall out. We gonna let them see it all grow back, and this is what I did. And now I'm rocking my braids again.
Yeah.
Right. So I thank you for even bringing that piece to light because it happened last year, and I wasn't comfortable with saying that last year. I left it out, but the website didn't seem complete to me because I knew some things on it that I needed to share. And so this year, I was comfortable with sharing it, and that piece right there by itself.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I have so many inboxes just asking about what doctor helped me, what methods did I use, and things of that nature. And I'm just going to continue to bring awareness to the community because, like, you didn't know. People know, like, what lupus is, but they don't know what lupus is. You said it's always that short narrative, right? Yeah. So a part of that, too, which I don't display either, even my last relationship, kind of didn't know everything that was going on with the lupus, but I had brain fogs. Now, having brain fogs doesn't necessarily for me mean I lost my memory. That's not what that means.
Yeah.
You understand? People that's not for you tend to play on your memory or play on the things that you say to turn into negative. And I don't like that. But I'm okay with that at this point in my life now. So I'm okay with telling the world that I have brain fogs, right? I have brain fogs. I had brain fogs and I was a part of a study, and some of the medications that you are on causes that. But because I have brain fogs does not mean I have memory loss. I will forget, and if you continue to talk to me, I'm like, oh shoot. So that's where a lot of that redirecting and meeting back up and having to change things come from, because I will probably only remember the things that's in front of me, and then it's, even though I got it written down a million places, like, dang, I remember this, but I forgot. Shoot. And that's where that comes from. A lot of people with lupus has brain fogs, and that's a real actual thing. So article on that, more articles on that as well. So
what I just thought about too, and this is just the business side of things. This is actually going to be something that I would suggest if you are an entrepreneur with lupus, because it was something that too I found myself having to do in the website side of things as well. But especially with how you just mentioned, like having the brain fogs and all of those things, is we are in a technology world, so recording is big. Right. Okay. And so even recording like your meetings with people and your Zooms with people, especially as an entrepreneur with lupus, I highly suggest making sure when you're going into those meetings that you're actually documenting in those spaces, you're recording in those spaces, because if you ever have to go back and be like, wait a minute, I agreed to that. You want to make sure that you know what you agreed to. You want to make sure you know what you're signing off on, and you always have copies of what you're agreeing to. And so as a lupus warrior, as a person doing business in general, you know, that's business 101, right? But you want to make sure that you always protect yourself and cover your back. And so just in business in general, and I had to learn that before with some, with bad experiences, not you, but bad experiences, you sometimes have to, make sure you're recording things too, because sometimes people will say, oh, this is good, I'm good. But then when it comes time for the payment piece, it's like, wait a minute. And it's like, wait a minute, no. So just a suggestion for the business side as a lupus warrior, especially knowing that brain fogs is one of those things and the world can play on that. Make sure that you're always protecting yourself.
I greatly appreciate that, and
Mhm.
I'm gonna start implementing that and just see what the difference is, and have a follow up with you guys at a later time. But
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna start doing that.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Even if you're on like a Zoom, record your Zoom meetings. Anybody that you're meeting with professionally should not have a problem being recorded.
You are absolutely right. Woo! High five today. You just dropped some nuggets. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's go to some of these comments, Tom. I see you, LaShawn. Girl, I'm on my business. Continue to say. She actually inspired me to go back for nurse practitioner. She's a nurse practitioner currently now, but now she will be a doctor in 8 months. And she's a warrior as well. So I look up to her.
Yes.
So she's back in school for being a doctor right now. Be open to rescheduling, bringing flexibility.
Yes, and accommodating. Definitely, most definitely.
Hey, girl.
Hey, sis. How
Good
you
evening. Marvin, great information. Thank you.
So. Listen.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I am here.
Yes, I appreciate for everything that you have done for me, everything that you will do in the future, because you are part of Lupus Has No Face right now. Okay, don't got you on paper yet, but you only with folk all the way.
Always.
Is there anything else that you have for me? Anything that you want to close us out with? We are definitely going to drop the website and where they can find your journal in the chat. Again, let me see this. You guys, if you are just now joining, she has a journal. The exclusive Lupus Has No Face podcast are always getting the exclusive. Okay, she has questions for God. We all have questions for God. They're going to drop it in the chat where to go to purchase this, and this is go with the flow planner. Okay, we all need planners. This is beautiful. I'm going to get one of these as well, and it will be in the chat where to get this at as well.
So please, momentswithjazz.com. Our Instagram, Moments with Jazz. That's kind of where that platform is, as I stated before. So that's where we do our single mommy stuff, Christian inspiration stuff. And so, yeah. But
so what can we look forward to with the Miss Jasmine?
Oh Lord. And so what can we look forward to? Well, we actually have 2 more journals that'll be dropping at the end of the year.
Ooh,
we have
she is working.
We are working. I will see her at the jazz concert.
She gonna be at the one here. I'm gonna make sure she come. I'm gonna make sure she coming to this jazz concert.
Yeah. So it's Moments with Jazz, JAZZ.com. See, I got you. momentswithjazz.com. But we have a few more journals dropping soon. We are gearing up for the Single Mom Summit 2025. We had Single Mom Summit 2024 this year, which was the inaugural, which was everything where we brought in financial coaches. We brought in Associated Bank.
I missed that one.
So we had Associated Bank in there. We had Prime America there. They did some financial literacy stuff. We had some spiritual stuff. Where they did praying for my kids workshops.
Oh my!
So everything was geared towards the single mother. We had future planning workshops. We had a branding workshop. It was awesome. So we're gearing up for 2025. So we are beginning that process. But other than that, this year, the biggest thing right now is we are gearing up to, like I said, drop our next 2 sets of journals around November, Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And so
gifts for people for Christmas.
Yes, Christmas gifts. And so please stay tuned to the website so you'll be able to see those. And then, like I said, the pre-orders for the Go with the Flow journal are out. So we are working on getting those out to people as well. So yes.
You have a lot going on. I appreciate it. We did drop the website in the chat to go ahead and get that. Can we please look at the rest of these comments, Tone? Huh? Oh, okay.
Yes.
LaShawn, Savannah, be sure to see that link I dropped in chat in my walk. I definitely will.
Nice.
And is that it?
That was it.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm definitely gonna need your help. Hey, my coach, my business partner, my sister Raquel D in the building. How you doing? Thank you for popping in, tuning in.
Yes.
But I'm definitely gonna need your help bringing something to Milwaukee. It's a jazz band. I think it's called Music and Jazz. We need to promote and support two ways. We definitely got this, baby. I love her because she keep me on my toes.
Listen,
she keep me
come
on my
on.
toes.
I love it. I love
She
it.
keep me on my toes. So again, thank you so much for coming. Thank you for being a part of our platform, sharing your amazing experiences and all the things that you got going on.
Yes.
Again, this is Jasmine B. You can catch her on all the platforms, okay? Thank you for
Yes.
tuning in for this another amazing episode on Lupus Has No Face podcast. Please share, comment, and like and subscribe. We will see you next Wednesday at 6:30.
Bye. Thank you for having me.
You are welcome.